Hi, I'm Tricia Callahan, founder of Once a Month Mom. I'm excited to have you in my kitchen today as we start a new series this month called Get Started. We have found that we have a lot of new readers these days and a lot of new once a month cooks, and so we want to introduce you to some of the things personally in our own lives, how we once a month mom, and then also some tips and tricks for how to survive a once a month cooking day and get around with ease. So first of all, welcome to my kitchen. As you can see, it's a bright orange color. It was the first thing I did when I decorated the house. I wanted something vibrant. I wanted something that was very happy, and orange is supposed to be a very conversational color, so I thought perfect for the kitchen. At that point, I didn't have a blog, so pictures weren't an issue. Now that I'm taking food photography pictures, it's a little bit more of an issue. Wish it wasn't such an orangey yellow, but I still love it. As you can see, it's a very small space. It's about 8 by 11. I'm going to walk to the back so you can see how small it is. Hello? Yeah, not that far. If I can do once a month cooking in this little kitchen, I know that you can too. It's a small space, but it works for me. But today, I want to talk to you a little bit about why or how I once a month mom, or how I once a month cook. I get a lot of people stopping me and saying, "You're once a month mom? You only cook once a month, really?" Or how do you just cook once a month? The truth is, I'm going to let you in a little secret here. I don't always once a month cook. With the site, it's just evolved over time. When I first started, I was single. I was dating my now husband, and we needed meals. But I had a 45-minute commute, and so I would make dinner for him. I felt like I made some fabulous meals. He thought so too, and. But the time in cooking them and the time when I got home was a little bit difficult with that 45-minute commute. So I started to think, what else could I do? And so I started freezing some of those meals, and eventually my mother-in-law gave me a once-a-month cooking cookbook. And I started reading it, and I loved the concept. I just didn't really like the recipes. So I took my own family recipes and melded those into kind of some of their plans and made it work. And later, when I got pregnant with my first kid, and was about ready to have him, and was on bed rest, and was trying to find some hobby to do that didn't involve a lot of physical activity or a lot of moving around like I was used to, I started getting into blogging. And my husband and I, and then out came Once a Month Mom. I decided that a lot of people had asked me about those resources that I was using. People would ask to cook with me. People would ask if I could come help them cook, or if I could help them to figure out how they could do once a month cooking. And so that's how Once a Month Mom was born. I thought, what if I could share this resource with others and share this tool? And then, obviously, not a lot of people fit in this kitchen, then we don't all have to fit in my kitchen. And so that's how it began. And so I really did, when we first start doing it once a month, because I was testing all of the menus. But it's really hard to test menus at the end of the month and also put out a new menu. And so I found that it kind of slips to more like every 3 months. Now, like many of you, I kind of do it once a week, or I do some freezer cooking once a week with several of the recipes, several of the recipe cards, and I find that works better for me. There are seasons when working a whole day with a partner is the best thing for me, and I love doing that because I get my whole freezer stocked. But you don't have to do it that way. You don't have, just to be a once a month mom doesn't mean you have to do it all in one day. We know there's different variations, and we want you to see that there's variations in our life too. We create this resource because we have decided that there's going to be one standard, one way that we do it, and then other people can adapt it as they see fit for their families. Throughout this month, the other writers are going to be telling you how they once a month cook. Some of it will be similar, some of it will be very different, and so hopefully you can see some of the variety and identify with us too. And also see a little bit of the space that we work in. I think it's fun to see that, yes, Once a Month Mom doesn't have a big, glorious, nice kitchen. I would take one, but I don't have one. This is what God's blessed me with right now, and this is where Once a Month Mom started, so this is what we use. I hope that you enjoy the series and that you get some extra tips and tricks on how to do once a month cooking. And if you're new to Once a Month Mom or once a month cooking in general, welcome. We're glad you've joined us.